All right, Jason. So this is China black tea. Is this
Mm,
one? So the water is was
hot.
heated up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So the only other tea variety that would go higher than the 200 is
Oh, so this is more than what?
green tea is. Like
Okay.
green tea, white tea, those are more like 180.
Okay.
But then black tea, you want it at. Actually, want to go and pour it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there any technique here? Can I
Well,
mess this up?
Yeah, no, you can't. It's a gooseneck, so I like
Be
to
aware where the water comes
yeah,
out.
Yeah, there you go.
It's similar to
Pour over.
a pour over, which I'm well versed in. Remarkably, and how much am I doing?
Keep going. Yeah.
Um,
I would go to see this bottom little crease there?
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
go up to there. That'd probably fill up your mug.
um,
Now we're going to start a timer for 5 minutes
okay.
and let it steep.
I can set a timer.
Okay.
Um, so what got you into tea?
I've always liked tea as an alternative to coffee because
But someone got you off Lipton tea bags
Yes.
into correct tea.
yes, so Cafe Muse,
Oh,
R.I.P., no longer exists.
Yeah, the white spaceship looking. Yeah. It was like everything was porcelain and yeah.
Yeah. And I don't believe that's why they closed, but they
Am I thinking of the right one?
I think-
In North Liberty?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
No, they were great.
They were really good. And so I ordered green tea, and then it came out with a tea steeping contraption like this, and then came out with a timer and a mug, empty mug. And they're like, hey, once the timer goes off, it's ready.
Huh.
And so I was really caught off guard by that. And so that's what intrigued
Because you just expected a tea bag
Yeah,
out of.
exactly. So then I waited for the timer to go off, and then I poured it into the mug, and I took a sip. This is tea.
Tea how it's meant to be enjoyed.
Exactly. And so ever since that point, researched, and I had friends who had a tea steeping contraption like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really thought about how, it's easy and accessible to get something like that
Mhm.
until I saw one of my friends who had it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, because this can't be. I mean, how much does this thing cost?
you can buy it on Amazon for probably like $20 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really not bad. Cool. So then, got this gooseneck kettle, which has different temperature settings on it so
Mm.
that I can hone in.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, mine's a one size fits all kettle. You just click the button and it turns on.
I have one of the settings on there is pour over, which
Oh, yeah?
I think is like 200, 205.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what my
You might
kettle
be
gets up to.
drinking pour over the
Tea.
wrong way.
I might be drinking tea temperature pour overs. Yeah.
Your coffee might have been wrong this whole time.
Yeah, I'm remarkably not a coffee snob. And the one kind of coffee snobby thing I do is I grind the beans. And I'm not even that snobby with that even more because for Christmas last year, I got like this like vacuum sealed is dramatic, but like tight sealed thing. So then I can like grind all the coffee kind of ahead of time, but then I put it in the like nice sealed thing. But yeah, it's like Costco Kirkland brand coffee. And then people send us coffee a lot. So I'll work through that. But then when like I don't have any of that and I'm just making my own, and then I go to Panera and drink their coffee,
Yes.
which is just like sitting there cooking in the, yeah.
Hey, don't bash on that. Producer Zach is a big fan of Panera coffee.
Oh yeah, producer Zach. Nice. Yeah, Panera coffee. Same. You remember? No way. How do we not see each other there all the time?
Oh, that's where I'm there.
You like walk in and out? Yeah, I like post up. A couple times a week I'll work from Panera. Because when I went full time for the pour over, the first week I went to Starbucks like 3 times and I just get a drip coffee, but I'm like, this was $10
This is
that I
not
spent. Yeah,
sustainable.
it's like this is a lot of money, and I was like, but you know, I'm paying for the location,
Right.
and $3 a day to get out of the house and have distraction is worth it. I do end up eating at Panera. Their gimmick works. You at least walk in, walk out, and aren't tempted by the bagels and sandwiches. Yeah, and they had some of their new. They're constantly updating their menu and doing 5 minutes.
Okay. Now, we'll show the camera too. We're going to leave that there, and it's going to pour out from underneath.
Okay, so
that
just set
steep-
this on top.
Exactly.
Gorgeous.
Look at that. We got the pour over mug right in the.
That's
the
right.
cup.
And you can see that all the dry leaves have
Expanded. You see that?
fluffed up.
That's so different. So imagine, the commercialized tea bags.
Mhm.
It's just ground up. You're missing out on how it's really supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And the flavors and the profile. So I'll let you go ahead and take a sip of that.
Okay.
I'm going to pour my own. So you
So
know
can
if you've
just reuse the tea
you
leaf.
can, yeah.
Mm.
I'm going to do that. Because, yeah, you can keep this going. Of course, it's not going to be as strong. Have you ever had black tea before?
I mean, I'm sure. This is good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like this more than the green tea.
Okay. And so, yeah, it's just a tablespoon in there. So you can buy tea for so cheap. It's just 1 tablespoon that is going a long way here.
Yeah.
But you can buy it at the store for so cheap. So you're a fan of this one?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And do you ever put anything in it?
No. Like, people can put honey or whatever, but
Okay, people can. Should they not? Like, is that part of the you let it make
Purist.
it correctly?
I'm a
And
purist.
yeah, and purists would say, oh no, you don't drink, like you don't add sugar, you don't add cream, you don't. Or is it like, I mean, with coffee, there are people that are like, oh no, I like mine black. But
I think a tea advocate, so me
Uh-huh.
being just more, hey, I think you should try this loose leaf tea thing, would be like, okay, if it helps to have some assistance to cut the full tea profile
Right.
with some honey, then I'd be for it.
I will say this, likely because of the process, I'm not wishing you had brought honey or sugar. Like it's not a harsh flavor at all. It's not overdone,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. We should
I need
start
to
this.
start your timer.
Yeah. I'm going to go probably just like 3 more minutes now.
Okay.
I want to go back to the Qdoba thing that you were telling me about before we hit record.
Oh, I think we've been recording.
Oh, have we recorded that too? So Qdoba.
Yeah.
The all-inclusive idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just that there's some power in knowing I can get whatever I want?
Yeah.
Is that the...
I really,
there?
yeah, I think it makes it taste better. I think it's just the simplicity. And also, I mean, maybe it tastes better because there's guac on my burrito. And like, I
You
don't.
didn't have to pay extra.
Right. Well, and I just end up not getting guac on my Chipotle burrito because I basically just always come to the conclusion that like, nah, it's not worth that,
Okay. True burrito versus burrito quality. Strip out the
Yeah.
feel powerful because you can pay one price and get whatever you want. So the experience Qdoba wins for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But burrito quality versus burrito quality.
I need side-by-side burritos, but Qdoba's like comparable. And I would say that in all other cases, I am pro Chipotle. Like I like Chipotle over Pancheros. I like Chipotle over Illegal Pete's, like actual burritos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, we chose Qdoba repeatedly. But again, we wouldn't, like, I don't know how often I actually got a burrito at Qdoba because I would also make reverse nachos and basically just load it up with like queso and then chicken, beans, and rice and some salsa and just eat that. And if you also then get, because you aren't getting the tortilla and you get the bag of chips and yeah, I don't know price wise, but that's like 2 meals, you know, if you really load up the burrito, because then you get all the like, I mean, you put enough scoops of queso in, that adds some calories.
You can just keep going.
Yeah, you can just keep going. You just tell them, add a few more, and they do that. There's no judgment. There's no shame. It's just such a lovely environment.
You
and
feel like
place.
you belong.
That's right. Chipotle or Qdoba, where you're family. It's like Olive Garden, you know? You just feel it's a safe place.
Did you know that Olive Garden sold the rights to their tagline to Jimmy Fallon?
What?
Olive Garden, when you hear your family.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Fallon did a segment on the late night show, and he bought the rights to that tagline. So now Jimmy Fallon owns.
When you're here, your family?
Correct.
I remember him going to Olive Garden with Post Malone. Is
Yeah.
that when he did that?
It was a different segment.
Huh.
Yeah.
So he just loves Olive Garden.
Must love Olive Garden. Maybe the writers just one day were like, hey, you know what we should explore? Buying the famous tagline.
Why would Olive Garden sell that?
I don't know.
You got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah. So I don't think Olive Garden, if you look at their commercials now, would say that.
So,
They can.
and what about Tea Time with Joe? Like, are you going to have to cut this whole bit so that we don't have to pay royalties to Jimmy Fallon?
If I get that big,
If he comes after you,
Yeah.
you'll gladly pay. Yeah. Nice.
all right, folks that are just listening, we have the pour over mugs. And I'm going to do my intro here.